Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. Well, the other day we were talking about hope and how it is such a powerful quality to possess. But when we give encouragement to the children, students, people that we're involved with, it's a powerful quality to also pass on. So, in looking at that, yesterday I listed a group of character traits which are actually part of an article. I saw my notes, part of the article that was talking about resilience. And those qualities are predictive of a person who possesses resilience. And they were self efficacy, being able to promote yourself and take care of yourself, self esteem, feeling good about oneself, an internal locus of control, which we've talked about so many times, is seeing that you are in control of the outcomes that you face and not it's not all outside of yourself. There are some things that you can do. You can make choices. Optimism, which is a choice that a lot of people tend to make in the face of dire circumstances. Mastery, which we talked about in inspiration, it's becoming very good at something that you're hoping to be inspired by later on, say like artwork. You do the hard work of learning the technique and the skills. And then later when you're inspired, or at some point in time when you're inspired, you have the skills to promote that particular idea in a very good way. Social support. We love our support groups. They keep us going during those hard times. And then hardiness, just having a sense of stick to itiveness and you're going to see this through. Empowerment, being able to encourage yourself when the encouragement tends to be lacking. Acceptance, being able to appreciate oneself and know that there are shortcomings, but generally we like ourselves. Determinism, being able to continue on through the tough times toward a goal because the goal is worthy of that kind of perseverance. Personal growth, which comes out of all of these qualities. Social support, I mentioned, giving a person actually in social support, being able to give support to others, not just receive it. Coping strategies, which are all of these qualities tend to help us to cope with difficult times. Spirituality, which is totally the one source that I draw on so many times, is my faith in God. Cognitive appraisal, being able to look at yourself and determine what you can do cognitively. You're actually thinking about what is it that you need to get to that next step. And if you have some weaker points or failings, work on strengthening and or bolstering yourself up in those areas. And then a sense of coherence that everything is working toward a goal and understanding that all of these things are working together to get you to the goal, even the obstacles. So you develop a type of storyline for your life that is getting you to that thing that you're hoping for and building resilience along the way. So another study found that hope is augmented, that's the term that they use, by strengthening interpersonal relationships. So it's like receiving help from others and giving help to others. And also exploring one's faith is the as the article explains, helps one to make sense of actually that sense of coherence really comes from examining one's faith in what you tend to believe in. And people with hope have higher levels of personal adjustment, it's been found, global life satisfaction, and are less have less emotional distress. So you can see how hope has so many very important factors that it's so it just drives me to be that much more in my encouragement, infuse hope for a child's future in my encouragement to be hopeful and resilient because that will help them build stronger and more optimistic character traits. So you might ask, how does one infuse hope in and resilience in a child? And so this one article, which I'll include, Hope Grows, stated that it can come from relating stories to children about people or characters who have these traits. And that happens through a process called narrative transport. When you're reading or watching someone who is a character who has character traits that you'd like to have, maybe it's courage, perseverance, competence, inspiration, or hope, like our encouragement qualities, we tend to make connections with that person or character in a way that encourages us to keep on trying to develop those traits too. And one in writing The Happy Little Garbage Truck, I wanted this book to be one, a source, one of those types of narrative transport books to have children become encouraged through reading the story about how the Happy Little Garbage Truck was a good worker, and yet he had some times that weren't so very pleasant that happened to him, but he kept his hopefulness at a high level and was rewarded by his mastering his good work and also having someone else who saw the good work he was doing help him out during his tough time. So we will continue this conversation about narrative transport in our next conversation. But in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.